Right, come on. So first inner bracket 16 divided by 2. Come on, 2 minus 2 minus 3 minus 5 plus 15 10, and other two variables are 2 plus 8 10. Total value 45 plus 20 65 final. Next. So here bar chart shows the production of various crops in thousands of tons from 15 to 19. Okay, the difference between average production of bajra and average production of maize is, okay, so last two, right? Come on. So in the data they represents last two, and we need to calculate average difference. So it is not recommended to calculate average of bajra and then maize and then taking difference. This is not good. So we'll go for individual difference and then calculate average. But for that, always you should try to do bajra value minus maize or maize minus bajra. Either you have to follow only one. Okay, right. So look at this data. So here maize value is more. Come on. 260 500, maize is more. 300 600, maize is more. 320 725, maize is more. Even in the last year also maize is more. Let's go for difference now. 400 minus 240, 160. Next 500 minus 260, 240. Next 300. Next 405. Next 195. Yes, 405 195. 600, 600 300, 900, 900 plus 400, 1300 average, so that is divided by 5. Answer 260. What is average production of jowar in the given period? Okay, jowar, so which value is that? Third one, middle value. Okay, come on. 350 400, 750, 750 plus 500, 1250, 1250 plus 520, 1720, 1720 plus 580, 1720 plus 580. When you add 80, it becomes 1800. So that is total 2300. Average divided by 5. Answer 460. ఎక్కడో తేడా వచ్చింది. 1770 plus 580. Yes, 25 missing. 580. Then it is 2350 divided by 5. Answer 235 double 470. When you want to divide number with 5, divide it by 10 into 2 is the best way. 235 into 2, 470. The highest growth of wheat production over its previous year is recorded in the year. The highest growth of wheat production over its previous year is recorded in which year? Right, wheat. So which value is wheat? Second one, right. So now from 15 to 16 got decreased, right? Come on. 16 to 17 increased. 800 increases to 1200, increased by 400. With respect to 800, 400 is 50% only. Let's compare other values whether they are equal to 50% or more than or less than 50%. 1200 becomes 1500. Definitely not 50%, correct? As we are expecting the highest value, we don't have to consider that. 1500 becomes 1200. Again, decreased it is. So we don't have to consider. So highest value increased here. In which year? 2017. Increase or decrease must always be calculated on previous years. 2017, second option. The percentage growth of wheat in the year 2018 over the 2015. Wheat, the same, right? Second one. 2018, it is 1500. With respect to 1000, increased. How much increased? 500. With respect to 1000, it is exactly 50%. Next, A and B working together can complete a work in a D number of days. Working A takes 2 plus D days and B takes 8 plus D days to complete the work. A works for 3 days, the remaining work will be completed by Bn. It might take some more time to identify D value. I don't recommend you to solve quadratic equation to get D value, but you need to choose values and then verify. So for that it may take some time. So now if both together can complete the work in D number of days, A alone takes 2 plus D. 1 day work of A is 1 by 2 plus D only, and then B takes 8 plus D days. So 1 day work of B is 1 by 8 plus D. When you add these two, that gives you 1 day work of A and B. As the information says, both together can complete the work in D number of days. 1 day work is 1 by D. So this is what I was telling you. After this step, if you want to solve and get the value of D by using quadratic equations, it takes a lot of time. So now you need to guess the value of D and then need to get it. So what is the way? Now the point here is, when you take LCM of these two numbers, you get some value, let's say x, and D must be factor of x. Ardhamainda? Your denominator, when you take LCM, if you get x value, in numerator there will be some other number. The simplified value is equal to 1 by D. That means D must be the factor of x. So that is one way that you can choose. Suppose if your question is about find the value of D. D value is in option, so you can directly substitute options in the values in left hand side and then right hand side. You can make sure that. But it is not the question about D. That is about something else. So you definitely need to guess the value. Let's start with 1. It becomes 3. It becomes 9. See, 1 by 3 plus 1 by 9. Can that be equal to 1? Come on. No. Next 2. If you substitute 2 here, 1 by 4 plus 1 by 10. That cannot be equal to 1 by 2. Like that, if you substitute D value as 4, it becomes 1 by 6 and it becomes 1 by 12. 1 by 6 plus 1 by 12, in the sense this fellow we can write it as 2 by 12 plus 1 by 12, 3 by 12, that is equal to 1 by 4. We started D value with 4 only, right? So D value is equal to, come on, for getting this it might take some time. That's what I was told you. So now what is your question? A works for 3 days. Okay. A can complete the work in 2 plus D days. That means 2 plus 4, that is 6 days only. A can complete the total work in 6 days, but he worked for how many days? That means what fractional part of work is done? Half work is done. How much is remaining? Half. Who should complete that? B. B can complete the total work in how many days? 8 plus D, that is 12 days only. Then to complete half work, 6 days answer. Second option. Getting D value is important here. Next, the market price of an article is 560 after 2 successive discounts of 20% and X%. It is sold for 380.80. What is the value of X? Don't use formulas and all, start numbers as it is. Successive discounts, discount on discount concept. My first discount is 20%. By the way, suppose in the same question, if they say X% first and then 20%, can we take first 20%? Can we change the order? Yes, we can change the order. In percentages, order has no importance. We can definitely change the order. Okay, right. So what is 20% of 560? 112. Then value becomes 448 only. After the second discount is there, we don't know how much is that, but finally the value becomes 380.80, or 8 also you can write. Correct? So now that means how much is subtracted from 448? 160, no, not 160, sorry, 67.2. Sum of these two must be equal to 448. That's what I tried. 67.2 was the discount given. Am I right? This discount is offered on 448 only. So what is 10% of 448? Our discount is more than this number. What is exactly half of this number? 22.4. When you add this, you get 67.2 only. 10% plus 5. 15% is the second discount, third option. If you want to use formula, see, that becomes messy. 560 is the value, initial value, 20% discount is offered, becomes 80% into 80 by 100, and x% discount is offered, it becomes 100 minus x by 100, and this value is equal to 380.8. It takes a lot of time to identify x value. So don't use formulas. Start with the numbers as it is. That will be simple. The income of A is 40% less than that of B. Okay, there are two members, A and B. Their incomes, A is 40% less, so we must start with B only. If B is 100, A becomes 60, 40 less. Next, income of A is equal to 80% of B's expenditure. So now they are talking about expenditure. Okay, 80%, if this is 80, expenditure of B becomes 100, right? Come on, that means these two numbers must be in the ratio 4:5 only. 80, 100, 4:5 ratio. 4 parts is equal to 60, then 1 part 15, 5 parts 75. So B's expenditure is 75. Then only 80% of this fellow will become 60. Clear? Next, A's expenditure is equal to 50% of B's expenditure, right? 50% of 75, 37.5. Next, what is the ratio of savings of A and B? Savings in the sense income minus expenditure only. So this fellow is 22.5 and this fellow 25. Ratio, cancellation with 2.5, 9 times here, 10 times here. Ratio 9:10. So how do you know that cancellation is with 2.5? See, these are our final numbers. Come on. What is difference between these two numbers? Try to cancel initial numbers with that. 90% cases it satisfies. If not, you need to start with next highest factor of that difference. This is cancellation rule. This rule book lo undadu. Kani cancellation ki vellali anante ee two numbers ki difference తీసుకోండి. ఆ difference తోటి 90% cases లో cancel అయిపోతాయి. అవ్వలేదు అని అనుకోండి, we need to go for next highest factor of the difference. Next highest factor ఎలా వస్తుంది? For any number, how do you get next highest factor? Double కాదు, half. Factor అంటే division, multiple అంటే into. మీరు multiples చెప్తున్నారు, నేను factors అని అంటున్నా. For any number, the highest factor is number itself. Correct? Correcta? For any number, number itself is the highest factor. Correcta? Correcta? No చెప్పారు ఎవరో. Yes, I am right. For any number, who is your best friend? Who is your best friend? రెండో బెంచి రెండో అక్క. పవర్ఫుల్ వర్డ్ అక్క అంటే చెప్పు, పర్లేదు. తిట్టుకోక లోపల భూమి పుట్టినప్పుడు పుట్టావు, నువ్వు నన్ను అక్క అంటావేంటి అని. తన నీ సైడ్ వెళ్ళాలి, నేను కాదు నీ బెస్ట్ ఫ్రెండ్ని. ఫింగర్ షుడ్ పాయింట్ యూ ఓన్లీ. యు ఆర్ యువర్ బెస్ట్ ఫ్రెండ్. లైక్ దట్ ఫర్ ఎనీ నంబర్, number itself is the highest factor. How do you get that? By dividing number with 1. Next highest factor, divided by 2, divided by 3, divided by 4. If you do like this, you get factors in descending order. Multiples కావాలంటే into 1, into 2, into 3, into 4 ఎలా అయితే చేస్తున్నామో, ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ కావాలన్నా కూడా సేమే, కాకపోతే divided by 1, divided by 2, divided by 3, divided by 4, like that. Then we will get factors in descending order. అర్థమైందా? అర్థమైందా? రైట్. సో క్యాన్సిలేషన్ రూల్ ఇది అలవాటు చేసుకోండి. క్యాన్సిలేషన్ చేయాలి అని అంటే డిఫరెన్స్ ఆఫ్ నంబర్స్ తీసుకొని దాంతో క్యాన్సిల్ చేయండి, లేదంటే నెక్స్ట్ ఫ్యాక్టర్కి వెళ్ళిపోండి, అయిపోతుంది. ద డిఫరెన్స్ ఇన్ కాంపౌండ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్, ఇఫ్ యూ ఫీల్ సంథింగ్ ఈజ్ న్యూ అండ్ సంథింగ్ టు రిమెంబర్ ఫర్ అ లాంగర్ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్, వాట్ యూ నీడ్ టు డూ? ప్రాక్టీస్ తర్వాత అక్క, ముందేం చేయాలి, ఇప్పుడేం చేయాలి? రాసుకోవాలి. విన్న వెంటనే గుర్తుంటే ఏమనకన్నీ బోల్డ్ అని విన్నాం చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి. ఎంతమంది ఎన్ని చెప్పారు మనకి? అన్నీ విన్నామా? లేదు కదా. రాసుకోవాలి. So I cannot dictate the notes. That's what I mean to say. I don't have habit and I don't follow it also. So if you feel something is new and this is important point, please make a note on it. I cannot tell you I cannot tell you every time, and at the same time I cannot dictate the notes also. The difference in compound interest and simple interest on a sudden sum at 10% per annum for 2 years, interest is 40 rupees, find the principal. So you know difference between simple interest and compound interest for 2 years, right? What is that? X square by 100%. X is rate of interest per annum. Simple interest every year it is same, right? So you get X% and then X%. Compound interest is X% plus X% plus X square by 100%. This is for 2 years. At the rate of simple interest, at the rate of compound interest. Difference is X square by 100 only, right? So X value here it is 10%, 10 square by 100. 1% is 40, then principal is 100%, which is next. The ratio of boys and girls in a group is 5:3. If 5 more boys join the group and 4 girls leave the group, then the ratio of boys to girls becomes 2:1. What is the number of boys and number of girls initially in the group? So in what respect to ratio we have boys and girls together? 5:3. So how many boys are there? 5 parts. Girls 3 parts. Total students, it must be 8 multiple, right? Is 100 8 multiple? No. 90? No. 120? Yes. 104? Yes. 2 options are there, correct? So now there is one more condition. What happened to the data? Boys increased by 5. Then girls leave the group. 4 girls leave the group. 5 boys join. So what is net effect? Increased by, people increased by 1. So in that particular case, what is the ratio? 2:1. That means how many parts are there? That means to the initial group, if you add 1 member, value must be a multiple of 3. Why 3 multiple? Because we have 3 parts, right? So to the third option, if you add 1, is that becoming a 3 multiple? Then fourth final answer, right? You don't have to verify it. Out of 4 options, 3 are already eliminated. And again, if you want procedure, 5 parts, boys increased by 5, girls 3 parts, and 4 girls leave the group. This is a net effect. Now the ratio is 2:1. Need to go for cross multiplication and need to identify the value. After getting 1 part value, you need to calculate again 8 parts. Next, 1/4 of goods sold at 20% profit. Can I take 1/4 as 25%? On this, what profit is made? That means 5 only. Next, 15% of the goods sold at 25% profit. So 25%, that means 1/4 only. Come on. 1/4 of 15, how much is the profit? Half and half. What is half of 15? 7.5. Again half. 3.75. Next. And the rest of the goods sold at 20% loss. So far, what percentage is over? 40. Rest in the sense 60. On that, what is made? 20% loss. That is minus 12 only. Loss, so minus I am writing. Total profit 8.75. Loss minus 12. So overall profit or loss? Loss. How much loss? 3.25. Correct. So there is a loss of 3.25%, and if the total loss is equal to 243.75, value of the goods value is always equal to 100%, right? So now we have to calculate. So I prefer first digit verification because all the numbers are starting with different number. Any different numbers that start out kada. I prefer first digit. 6 times 3 into 6, 0.25 into 6, 1.5. That is total 19.25 only. Oh, sorry, 19.5. But here we have 24 something. Correct. So you can definitely verify next multiple 7 times. 7 into 3, 7 times of 0.25, 1.75. 21 plus 1.75, 22.75. It is close to that only, and it cannot be 8 times. So answer must start with, there is only one option, first option. The time taken by the boat to travel 26 kilometers downstream is same as the time taken by it to travel 14 kilometers upstream. See, if time is constant, what is relation between distance and speed? Directly proportional. So here distance ratio is 26 and 14 only. Come on. Simplified value, that is 13 and 7 only. Matladru. So this is speed ratio, I can say, for downstream and upstream. If the speed of the stream is 6 km per hour, then how much will it take to cover a distance 89.6 kilometers in still water? We need to calculate still water. When you know downstream and upstream, how do you get stream speed? Difference by 2. Downstream minus upstream by 2. Difference is 6 by 2, 3 parts. Now, when you know downstream and upstream, how do you get man speed? Sum by 2. Sum of these two, 20 by 2, right. So now, stream speed is equal to 6. 3 parts is equal to 6. 1 part is 2. 10 parts is equal to 20. Now, how much time it takes to cover 89.6 kilometers in still water? So I am writing still water speed. Is that okay? Is that okay? Right. Now 20 how many times? Nearest value for 89. How many times? 4 times. So how much is left in the numerator? 9.6 by 9.6 by, can I write it as 96 by 200? Matladru. 8 how many times? 12 times. 8 how many times? 25 times. 4 12 by 25 hours. Over. The length of the diagonals of the rhombus are 36 and then 27. What is the area? Easy, right? Half d1 d2. Antena? Matladru. Right. So now how many times? 18 times. So answer must end with 7 into 8. Answer must end with, both are 9 multiple. So let's take 18 times in the sense that is 20 times minus 2 times only. 20 times of 27, 540 minus 2 times 54. Answer 486. 63 miss ayana? Okay. The average weight of some students in a class was 18 kgs. When 6 students having their weight of 108 kgs joined the class, the average weight of all the students in the class is no change. The number of students initially in the class were. What is initial average? Now there are n number of people, I don't know how many members are there, but I know that their average is 18. Now one person will join with 18 kgs. Will there be any change in the average? 2 members will join with 18 kgs each. Will there be any change in the average? Like that 6 people are joining where every person weight is 18 kgs. Will there be any change in the average? Come on. So now I can even say all 6 members together weight is 108 kgs. Each person weight is 18 kgs. Like that if 6 members joins the group, there will not be any change in the average. You know that point already, correct? We can even say all 6 members together weight is 108. 6 into 18, 108. Even in such case also average will not change, right? Am I right? Do we need how many members are there in the group? Is it really required? It may be 1 person in the group, 2 members in the group, 100 members in the group, or n members in the group. If you are following the same rule where average is same as each person's weight, then average will not change. That condition is already mentioned. And in such particular case, can we calculate how much is n value? Come on. No, it satisfies for any number. ఇది ఏ నంబర్ n వాల్యూ ఎలా ఉన్నా సరే ఈ కండిషన్ సాటిస్ఫై అయిపోతుంది. ఓకేనా? రైట్, ఇది అయిపోయింది. రైట్, కమ్ ఆన్. ఇట్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ రీప్లేసింగ్ వాల్యూస్. tan 30 degrees 1 by root 3 cot 60 degrees, again same, 1 by root 3, denominator, sin 60 degrees, root 3 by 2 comes to numerator, into cos 60, again same, root 3 by 2, minus cot 45, 1. What is numerator? 4. Denominator 9, minus 1. Answer minus 5 by 9. Just substituting values. Right. Look at this. MXO is 22 degrees. This angle is 22 degrees. Which of the following is correct? Okay. Before that, for this circle, MX is a tangent. NX is also a tangent. Tangent's length must be same, right? And OX is a common tangent, right? Or you can say perpendicular line. Now, OM is radius. ON is also. So both sides OM is equal to ON. MX is equal to NX. OX is common side for both the triangles. That means MX, NX both are equal. OM and ON are equal. And there is a common side. That means every angle must be same, right? Come on. Right. If the angle at MXO is 22, NXO also must be equals to 22. NXO, first option, 32. No. NXO, 22. That's the right point, right? Yes. Second option, final. ఈ ట్రయాంగిల్స్ ఏమంటారు? కాంగ్రుయెంట్ ట్రయాంగిల్స్. నెక్స్ట్, అవసరమా? లాస్ట్ డిజిట్ సరిపోయిద్దా? సరిపోతుంది, చెప్తా వినండి. 6 into 4 ends with 2 options eliminated, right? First number is in the form of 200 plus 14. Second number is in the form of 200 minus 14. A plus b into a minus b, that is a square minus b square only. A square is 40,000 minus something is there. Fourth cannot be your answer. I am not calculating exact value. You just know that answer is 200 square minus 14 square. This value is 40,000 minus something is there. That means answer must be definitely less than 40,000. So it cannot be fourth option. Right. So yesterday also we have covered such point, I think. కాకపోతే ప్లస్ బదులు మైనస్ ఉన్నట్లుంది. x minus 1 by x value was given and we were asked to calculate x cube minus 1 by x cube. Right. So if this value is equal to k, x cube plus 1 by x cube is going to be k cube minus 3k. Right. K cube 2.5 whole cube minus 3 into 2.5. Can I take 2.5 common? Come on. If you take 2.5 common here, 2.5 whole square, that is 6.25 minus 3, 3.25. Can we write this number as 10 by 4? Come on. 32.5 divided by 4. Answer 8.12. There is only one answer which starts with 8. Done. Next, PQ is 13, this value. SR is 15, SR. DS is 7, DS, this fellow. 7. DP is 5, this fellow. This is 5. What is the length of R and Q? Okay. So now, let's see. For this circle, can I say SC and SD both are tangents? Their lengths must be equal, right? DS is mentioned as 7. Then SC must be equal to 7 only. SR is equal to 15. Out of 15 already we have top end 7. The other value is 8. Now, the exact opposite sides, CR RB, both are again tangents, then RB must be equal to 8. Next, DP is 5. If this fellow is 5, DP and PA must have equal length, right? This is 5. PQ is 13. Out of 13, 5 is already there. Then remaining is AQ length and BQ length must be equal. That must be 8. Then RQ is equal to 8 plus 8, which is 16. PQ is 12. PR is 13. Angle at PQR is 90 degrees. Okay, right angle triangle already said. PS is 20. The measure of RS, this value. Okay. So first consider PQR triangle. Right angle triangle, so it must follow Pythagoras triplet, right? Then what must be the base value? QR. 5. Clear? Again, now consider this triangle, outer triangle PQS. Even here also, base square, that is 5 plus x whole square. I am treating RS as x because that's what we were asked to calculate. That must be equal to hypotenuse square minus opposite side square, that is 144. Come on. 20 square minus 12 square, 256. Correct. Then 5 plus x is equal to 16. 256 under root value. X is equal to 11. Over. Right, next. In a triangle, if the measure of two sides are 10 centimeters and then 16 centimeters, then the third side is, okay, if you treat third side as C, it must follow in a triangle, there is a condition which says length of one side must be more than difference of other sides and should be less than sum of the other sides, correct? What is difference of other sides? 6. Sum of other sides? 26. So your third side must be more than 6 but less than 26. It can be anything. ఈ రేంజ్లో ఉండాలి, బిట్వీన్ 6 to 26లో ఉండాలి, అవునా? అలా ఉన్న ఆప్షన్ ఏముంది? ఎస్. So there will be only one option in between 6 and 26 for these type of questions. 6 కి 16 కి మధ్యలో 2, 3, 4 ఆప్షన్లు ఇస్తే ఏం చేయాలి? ఎవరు ఒకటే ఇస్తారు. Coefficient of a in 2a minus 4b whole square, right? So here this is about x and this is y. It is x minus y whole cube. ఇక్కడ coefficient of a అంటున్నాం. a coefficient అనేది ఎక్కడొస్తుంది? 3x y square లోనే వస్తుంది, అవునా? అంతేనా? yes. What is x value? 2a. What is y value? Minus 4b whole square, correct? Right. 3 into 2, 4 square, 16 into 6, 96. b square into a, correct? Coefficient of a is 96 b square. We don't have to expand the entire cubic equation. ఓకేనా? మొత్తం రాస్తే టైం వేస్ట్ కదా. మీకు తెలుసు ఏ క్యూబ్ ఏ వాల్యూలో వస్తుంది, ఏ స్క్వేర్ ఎక్కడొస్తుంది, ఏ ఎక్కడొస్తుంది. సో వెన్ యూ నో దట్ పాయింట్, జస్ట్ ఓన్లీ రైట్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ వాల్యూ. వీ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ టు ఎక్స్పాండ్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ వాల్యూ ఇయర్, రైట్? సో ఫర్ దీస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఐ రికమెండ్ యూ టు గో ఫర్ సబ్స్టిట్యూషన్. సబ్స్టిట్యూషన్ చేసుకొని ఏ వాల్యూ, థీటా వాల్యూ ఎక్కడ సాటిస్ఫై అవుతుందో చెక్ చేయాలి. ఓకేనా? కెన్ యూ డూ దట్? It satisfies for 45 degrees. It satisfies for 45 degrees. Shall I skip this question now? Chapala? Okay. Right. So now, 9 by 14 divided by 1 by 28 can be written as into 28 into 5 plus 4 by 3 divided by 1 by 12 can be written as into 12 minus 8. 14 2 times 5 into 2 10 into 9 90 plus 3 4 times 4 into 4 16 minus 8. Answer 98. Right. So now there is a difference of how many degrees for consecutive numbers? 4 degrees. You know that first and last gives you cos square theta plus cos square 90 minus theta gives you 1. So first and last will give you 1. Before cos square 89 degrees, you will have cos square 85 degrees, right? Come on. Second and second last will also give you 1. Like that, you need to understand how many such combinations are there in the equation, correct? Right. So now, can I call these numbers as numbers are in consecutive numbers with a difference of 4? Middle number is average. Consecutive numbers aithe difference same unte average anedi middle number avutadi. Or even we can say middle number is first number plus last number by 2. What is first number? 1. Last number 89. Sum 90 by 2. So middle number is cos square 45 degrees. Before and after, here if you have x terms, right hand side also we will have x terms, correct? So if there is only one term here and right hand side one term, when you add these two, you get one only. Cos square 1, cos square 89. If you have two terms in left hand side and then right hand side, you'll get value 2. So now we need to identify how many values before cos square 45 degrees we have and after cos square 45 degrees we have. Okay now? Right. So what is difference between cos square 1 and cos square 45? 44. And what is our difference between consecutive numbers? 4. That means 44 by 4. How many left hand side terms are there? So here left hand side we have 11 terms, and that means right hand side also we will have 11 terms only. Each left hand side one term and right hand side one term will give you 1. Like that, if you have 11 terms in left hand side and right hand side, that gives you 11. Are you getting? And what is cos 45 degrees? 1 by root 2. Cos square 45, 1 by 2. So answer 11, 1 by 2. So for this question, you need to identify what is middle number and how many left hand side terms and right hand side terms. Hope you understand this point. Sure? Right.